In May of 1988, we got the magic phone call that A Time to Kill was going to be published. I said, who? Well, it wasn't Random House, it wasn't Penguin, it wasn't Simon & Schuster, it wasn't HarperCollins, it wasn't anybody I'd heard of before. It was a small, brand new publishing company called Winwood Press. But it was a real contract with a real editor, and they published the book in June of 1989. Now, in June of 1989, I didn't have much money, but I had a lot more than my publisher. They printed 5,000 hardback copies of A Time to Kill, and I bought 1,000 of them. And I had this idea what I was going to do. At the time, we didn't have a nice bookstore in our little town, but we had a very nice library. I was going to buy the books at wholesale, you know, $9, sell them at the library for $18, you know, make a little money. And so I went to my librarian and I said, okay, let's have a big book party. I've never done this before. I've lived here my whole life. I've got tons of friends. Everybody's going to want to come buy this book. I got 1,000 of them. They delivered 1,000 books to my loft. They were stacked up all over the loft. Well, most of my clients couldn't read or write, but I still gave them a book. We were trying to get rid of books. You know, we had books. We couldn't walk for all the books. We have photographs of my kids, who were, you know, obviously much younger back then, climbing on the piles of A Time to Kill, stacked up everywhere at the library. And we had a big party. We advertised it, and a lot of folks showed up, and I signed books, and it was wonderful. When the party was over, I still owned 882 copies of A Time to Kill. And I was sick. I mean, I was sick. I thought I would sell 1,000. How ridiculous is that? I'd never done this before. And I had this invoice coming, you know, to pay for the books. I went back to my librarian and I said, say, I'm sure you know a lot of librarians around the state. He said, yeah. I said, well, you know, I can take this show on the road and maybe sell some books. He said, okay, I'll help you. He started calling librarians. And I pretty much took off the summer of 1989 for days at a time, going to libraries all over the state of Mississippi, selling A Time to Kill out of the trunk of my car. The smaller the town, the bigger the party. The ladies would make lemonade and cookies, and you know, you had a real live author there talking about his book. That never happened before in Calhoun City or Coffeyville or Water Valley. They'd never had an author before. There were some very long days where we sat in one library one day for 3 hours, didn't sell a single book. That's a long day. I tell young writers now, you know, just get ready for the reach. That's part of it. And by the way, if you're ever walking down the mall or somewhere and you see a writer sitting there selling his or her books and there's no traffic, go over and buy the book. I mean, just go. Have mercy on them. They're just sitting there dying, okay? You walk in a bookstore, not a library, walk in a bookstore, the staff all greet you, you know, they're glad to see you. You start looking around and there's nobody there but staff. And so they put you at a table right up in front of the main door at the mall, and there you just die. The staff disappears, there's nobody around, and you sit there for 2 hours. We've all done that. I guess it's all good for us, even painful as it is. 35 libraries later, I finally sold 1,000 books. I kept 100. They're buried in the backyard. You can buy them now for $4,000 each.